Hello. So, here I am after 7 months of inactivity. Well, inactivity on YouTube at least, but in regards to my real life, it's actually been quite busy. Don't worry, I'm not going to do that whole, oh, I've been really busy and that's why I haven't been posting videos excuse, because that's just lame. I definitely could have posted videos if I wanted to. I had the time, but I just didn't want to. I just wanted some time to recenter myself and reevaluate my priorities and learn about farming and sustainability. So yeah, the last 7 months have been, like I said, pretty busy, but there's been a lot of time to chill as well. It's not hectic. It's a nice pace, nice way of living really. I do about 4 hours of work a day, as does Dalia. And you know, we do all sorts of things. Gardening, looking after the alpacas, cleaning their poo, which is awesome. It actually is quite fun, believe it or not. That sounds really weird. But it's therapeutic, you know, sort of like hoovering or vacuuming or whatever you call it. The alpacas are super sweet animals and, you know, hopefully I will get some video footage of them. No promises though, because I know as soon as I make a video promise, it never ends up coming to fruition, so I won't do that. But if I can be bothered, I'll take the camera out and get some footage soon. And of course there's been other stuff we've been doing as well, like making soap, natural soap of course, natural lip balm. What else do? We make community meals. We all eat as a community at midday every day, during the week at least. So we usually cook a meal once a week for everyone. What else we've been doing? You know, playing guitar, playing a lot of ball games. Been getting into a lot of ball games recently. Sold my gaming laptop and stocked up on a few board games. I thought, you know, I'm always going to be a gamer. There's no point trying to fight that. But there are different ways to game. So I thought, let's go down the more social route and get some board games. So I did. Got Dominion, a few of Dominion's expansions, Pandemic, Seasons, Android Netrunner, Lost Cities, loving that one. Forbidden Island, which is sort of just like Junior Pandemic. That's alright. Talisman. The list goes on. But obviously the main thing I've been doing is the gardening. You know, mulching, weeding, harvesting, going to market. At the moment I'm head of the garden because the person that's usually the head gardener is off on Christmas holiday. So I've taken the reins, as it were. Fingers crossed I won't screw anything up too badly. So, you know, I'm mainly in charge of the greenhouse, just checking to see if any mulch comes up during the windstorms. Actually, I've got a list here, might as well grab it. So here we go, garden directions. This is what the usual head gardener, Jane, typed up for me. So I'm checking the greenhouse daily. I'm watering the newly planted spinach, which is obviously in the greenhouse. Watering the lettuce. Oh yeah, I'll be releasing the remaining ladybugs to the 4 cold frames down the end of the garden, which is the south side, I think. Yeah. Yeah, we got some ladybugs off the net the other day, about, what was it, 2,000 of them, I think? And they're really good for like eating aphids and stuff and just like looking after your greens. So, like I said, there's 4 cold frames down the south end of the garden with more spinach and lettuce in. That's still growing though, and that won't be ready till next year. But yeah, I'm going to release the remaining ladybugs into the cold frames just so they can sort of, you know, be happy and get out the fridge, because at the moment they're in the fridge, which sort of puts them in a dormant state. Don't worry, supposedly it's not cruel or anything, it's just basically like hibernation for them. So we'll bring them out of hibernation, put them in the cold frames, and they'll look after the blossoming seedlings, as it were. Yeah. What else? Obviously, I just got to keep an eye on the cold frames because, you know, all sorts of things can happen in the state I'm in. It gets very windy. So the lids and stuff can come loose and such things. So I just got to sort of keep an eye on them. Like I said, replace the straw mulch for the garlic if the winds expose the soil. And yeah, just bits and bobs like that really. So it snowed last night, so I just went over to the greenhouse to sort of scrape the snow off the glass, and just watered the spinach. And yeah, now I'm back here doing a video, and it's gonna be a pretty quiet day probably. Not much going on. I'm gonna go over to one of the straw bale buildings later to give it a clean. That's another thing we've been doing, just sort of cleaning for the people on the farm, just, you know, helping them out. Yeah, we've been doing all sorts. It's been real good. And as I'm sure you've gathered, this room behind me is the room I've been living in for the last 7 months. It's really bloody nice actually for a woofing room. You know, I've seen all sorts of different types of housing on the woofing sites, you know, from tents to sort of like tiny little rooms, run-down rooms, and all the way to this, like a nice big, cosy, well looked after, clean room. Yeah, some old-fashioned sort of designs on the bed, but I mean, who gives a shit? It is what it is, isn't it? And it's nice, it's cosy, it's real good. And lots of storage, you know, for my board games and stuff, and my clothes. The few clothes I have, I ditched like the majority of my clothes when I left England. I've done that like 3 or 4 times now, just pretty much ditched all my belongings and just started over again, which is, you know, fun. So yeah, I should probably stock up on some new clothes soon though, because I've not got many. I've got like a few t-shirts, a couple of jumpers, 1 pair of tracksuit bottoms, not much, but again, you don't need much, do you? You don't need much in life, and as long as you're warm, which I am, it's all good. But nonetheless, I probably will stock up again soon once I have some money, which at the moment, well, I have a little bit, don't have much. Saving up for, well, actually I don't know if I should talk about this or not. I won't at the moment. I'm saving up for something big. It's not a thing, but it's just legal stuff in regards to me staying in the States. Well, and I suppose this is the perfect moment to sort of let you all know that I'm married now to Delia Marie, and it's just amazing, really. It's been really good. Nothing like I thought it would be. I always sort of had the idea that marriage was pointless and it just ruined things and it was just a bit of paper, and it is, in a sense, it is just a bit of paper, but in another sense it's just symbolic, you know. It's just a representation of your commitment to one another, and we are really committed to one another, and we've had our rough patches over the last 2 years or so. There was especially some rough patches in England where we were sort of in that limbo state, not knowing what we were going to do with the rest of our lives. But now we're here, we're just flourishing, you know. We're just we're stepping into our power, and we're just loving life again. So yeah, getting along really well. And so, like I said, I'm saving up some money to basically formalise me being here, and that is not cheap. So that was another reason I sold my gaming laptop. I had a really, really nice gaming laptop, top of the range, 6990M, 12 gigs of RAM, i7, what is it, 2670 QM. Anyway, it was a 2.4 gigahertz quad core, and each core had 2 threads because it's an i7. Anyway, it was a really nice gaming laptop. Paid over £2,000 for it. sold it for about 1,300, so I lost a lot on it, but I had it for a year, so it was all good. Anyway, it's neither here nor there, but either way, that sort of freed up some money for me. So I had some money to, you know, buy a few fun things like ball games, and sort of stockpile some money for the legal side of all this. You know, all this like, oh, well, you weren't born here, so you've got to fill out a load of forms before you're allowed to stay here. You know, all that nonsense. So anyway, you've got to jump through these hoops, unfortunately. So jump through them, I will. Anyway, what else have I got to talk about? Another thing I've been really enjoying is the fact that we don't have internet down here. Now, some of you might think, hang on, don't have internet down here? Well, that's a good thing. But yeah, it really has been a good thing. There is internet on the farm, over in the office, but not here. And it's just great to not have that sort of, you know, how do I put this? I still go on the internet, and I still enjoy going on the internet, but it's not like this thing that just consumes every moment of my waking life, you know? And it's sort of like, alright, this is a good analogy to compare it to. You know, if you're trying to quit smoking, and say you buy like a pack of roll-ups, and it's good because then like every time you want to smoke, you're like, oh, but I've got to roll it and get the filter out, get the papers out, get the backy out, you know, roll it, all that. And it sort of puts you off because there's like a process you have to go through to get it done, to get there, you know. And it's sort of like this with the internet. At first, especially when I first came here and I was still very much in internet mode, I'd often think, oh, I want to go on the internet, you know. But then I think, oh yeah, but I've got to walk all the way over there to the office and trudge over there with my laptop, and is it really worth it? And now, after 7 months, I don't even really think that. Like, 95% of the time, I'm not even thinking about the internet. Not even, you know, not even giving it a second thought. And then, occasionally, from time to time, I'll go over there and do a bit of browsing. Haven't really been going on YouTube all that much. Been going on Board Game Geek quite a lot. What other sites? DominionStrategy.com is another site I've been going on. You know, I check out Maximum PC from time to time just to see what's going on in the PC world. YouTube, not so much. Facebook, not at all. I deleted my Facebook. I'm done with that site, at least for now. I might sign back up in the future, but right now I'm done with it. To me, it's just not worth it. What else? That's about it. You know, not really much at all. Every now and again, I'll go over, you know, download some things to watch in the evening. Might get a movie or something. Put it on the USB flash drive. Bring it back over. Watch it on the laptop. We do that. But in regards to actually sitting down, being on the internet, I don't do it all that much. And when I do, I don't do it for very long. Obviously, you know, I've been keeping in touch with my mum through email and stuff. But other than that, not much has been going on for me in the internet. And it's definitely helped me get to the place I'm at now. Let's put it like that. Like, I'm in a much happier place, I'm sure you can all tell. I feel a lot less tense. I feel a lot less angry with the world. And sort of lack of internet has aided that. The internet is a dangerous thing, you know, really, really, truly a dangerous thing. It can be a beautiful thing, and I've talked about this in previous videos, I think. You know, how it is a blessing in one sense, but in another sense, it's fucking our world up, really. But let's just find a balance, you know, and I'm sure as a society we'll get there eventually. We'll find that balance and we'll find that harmony with the internet. And I feel as if I'm sort of getting to that point now. In fact, I'm there, definitely, I'm there. So, yeah, I could go on and waffle on probably for another hour or so, but I won't bore you all. I'm going to go now. This video is probably around 10 or 15 minutes, so that will do. Give you a little small taster of what's been going on in my life, and I'm sure I'll be back. No promises, no schedules, but you know, when I fancy doing this again, I will. So there's still so much to talk about, so I'm sure I will, but no promises, no promises. Okay, I think that's gonna be it. Love you all, hope you're all having fun in your lives. Please PM me. I will try and stay in contact with some of you, not all of you obviously because there's so many of you, but you know, there's a few people I want to chat to. Matt and Cameron and Reese Huntley, of course. There's loads of people, but I just haven't been really communicating with anyone but the people on the farm, my wife Dalia and my mum through email. Everyone else I've just sort of, I don't want to say I've pushed them out of my life because that's harsh, but I've just sort of, I had to have this time to recenter, you know, and I'm sure most of you understand that. So sort of just a bit of peace and solitude has really helped me get back into a more happy place. So anyway, I'm gonna go. I'll see you all again soon, maybe. Bye.